Okie dokie, welcome back to another vintage video. Today we're playing a prelim Monday evening, and we're going to play this. Something a bit different to what our usual jam is. We're playing some Lurus. It's like Jeskai Lurus with questing druids, and the main event here is going to be these three Kataras, which is I'm going to say new card. Katara Waterbending Master. Whenever you play a spell on your opponent's turn, you get an experience counter. Whenever it attacks, we draw a card for each experience counter and then discard a single card. So once we've cast a spell on their turn, we start looting, and then after that, everything's a profit. Behind that, we've got the Questing Druids as classic Unlucky Monkey kill condition and card draw engine, a suite of permission spells with Pyroblast, 2 Spell Pierce, and then 6 Forces, and a Misstep, of course. And then killing some creatures, another kill condition because our 1/3 is not too fast. I'm going to play Consider instead of Preordain or Ponder because that will trigger our Katara. So then all of our card draw and selection is instant speed. And then, yeah, Wasteland, Saga. I have registered the Strip Mine, that's good to see. 2 like silver bullets to get off the Saga plus our mana. And then post board, Dress Down, Walk, Snapcaster Mage, Delve spells. Post board, 2 Stony Silence, another negation, some Consigns, some Pyroblasts, a Lavinia, and some Graveyard Hate, and then the Devil's Kitten itself. So, a bit of a different jam, bit of fun, and then yeah, we'll just see how we do. Play some games. I'm not expecting tremendous results. Just it's outside of my usual wheelhouse. There's gonna be some blue on blue mirrors that I'm sure we make some horrendous heuristic mistakes with, right, that we don't usually play, but then we'll see. Could be fun though. Okay, unfortunately, our opponent didn't make it back in time to their PC, so we're 1-0, which is great. One issue with that though is it dramatically increases the likelihood that we have to play our deck. So, we'll see how it goes. Okay then, round 2, Dingus Khan, we reveal a Lurus of the Dream Den, and I don't really know how to think about this hand. They've revealed dredge cards. So my plows aren't very good. My Katara's not very good. Well, my plows might be fine. My Katara might not be fine. And then I can walk into something. I don't have a Surveil land. I guess I'm supposed to find something a bit more powerful. Let's try that. Dress down Pyroblast, Force of Will, Consider. Can't cast this Pyroblast, so I'll probably just bottom it and then try and Consider and dress down into my Soul Guide. And then post board we get a lot more going on. Opponent's got Noxious and Creeping Chills. They're on like a stock list. I didn't even try and find a Wasteland, did I? But I imagine game 1 we're in a lot of trouble. I didn't want chat, I wanted game log. Show game log. Icarid, Creeping Chill, Prized Amalgam. Hollow one I am going to fight, and I'm going to fight it with, I guess, Dress Down. Well, I'm not really forcing back again, am I? They have got a Force of Will pitching. What? Force Negation. Do I really want to fight back on this? They've got no more. They've not got Dredgers, have they? And then I'm down to 2 cards and just losing. Rip a Wasteland, that's really good. Rip a Plow. I hate this, because I do think they're going to have another Force of Will. No, that gets through. They have a second hollow one. Well, okay. We've got a Questing Druid. Let's play a Tundra. They've got an Icarid trigger. They'll go over the top of it, for sure. Discard 3. Don't find another Dredger. They will eat the other Icarid, though, to get the Amalgam back. This gives them 7 power going forwards now and perpetually with the Amalgam. They take a draw step. Don't find another Bazaar of Baghdad. 7 me down to 11. Crunch, crunch. And our draw step we find a misty rainforest. So how much am I taking? 10. I have to play the misty though, right? Like if they miss here on this activation, then I do get to activate my misty rainforest. If I don't, then I lose. No, we die. Okay. So they hit the grief, they 10 us, I go to 1, and I can't come back from that. So, no dredges needed, although they had just found one. We're dead. So I'd like the Tormod's Crypt, the tab, Soul Guide Cage. Oh, I've got a Ravenous Trap as well, I didn't realise that. The reason I didn't realise that is I thought I'd swap that for a Containment Priest. Anyway, Force Negations can go. Pyroblast, I guess, can go. Considers, Brainstorms, Missteps. All the artifacts are good. Time Walk, I quite like Dress Down. Fourth Airlingers might be suspicious. That's not really what we're about, is it? And then I do like the Spell Pierces. Git Probe we don't care about. We know their hand anyway. So then one more cut from here. Is it just Mishra's Bauble? Let's just cut Mishra's Bauble. And then I've got some Graveyard Hate, I guess, is how we preach that. Yeah, I thought this was a priest, this Ravenous Trap, so maybe I have to re-record my intro. So, yes, I'd like to play first. Yes, I've got a cat. And then we'll keep this hand, because I've got turn 1 Lavinia. They exile 7, they exile 7. No forces got exiled there. So let's cast a Sapphire. I guess I just have to push the Lavinia, right? Apologies to everyone whilst I read Lavinia. It's always opponent. So let's fetch a Tundra. Cast a Bauble. Oh, that was stupid. They've got Mindbreak Trap in their deck. Casting the Bauble, that was really bad. Because they've got Vigor and Mindbreak Trap available, right? I don't think they'll have Trap in their deck, but we've sequenced pretty abysmally. But Lavinia's in. So now we can crack our Bauble, see a Golgari Thug, and we are now officially gaming. These two Questing Druids are a bit awkward. We have got a Ravenous Trap. We've got Katara, so we can play her first of all. Stinkweed, Troll, Icarid. And then we take a draw step. We find a Time Walk. I don't think I want Time Walk just yet. I think I want Katara first. Where our opponent can't play cards. We'll get the Ravenous Trap off, and then we'll get some looting going. And we'll probably just trap this Icarid's brains out right now. They're going to go over the top of us. They've got Nut Dredgers. They're going to go over the top, and we're going to trap them super hard. No response to the Bazaar of Baghdad. So stuff and things. Then they discard 3. And then we get an experience counter from this Ravenous Trap as well, which is kind of what we're here to do, right? Is get experience counters. And get rid of their exile zone. So 2 amalgams. They're thinking about discards at the moment. Trap user, thank you. Katara triggers. Yield to all of those. Icarid's gone. Bazaar's gone. Riftstone Portal. My man. What is he doing up there? That plays around some amount of Lavinia, doesn't it? It's quite cool. Concedes to that, though. I'm pretty happy, I think. I don't. Was there something I said was stupid as I left the building last time? I don't think so. Could consign, maybe. Over what? Dress down? Counters a hollow one, but the hollow ones are coming on turn one and we're on the draw. So maybe we just want the actual factual dress down. What can they cast on turn one that we need to negate? Nothing really. Although that Riftstone Portal tech is very interesting to me. I'd like to see their list after this event. What do you Riftstone Portal for? Just Wismare and Foundation Breaker, the two evoke creatures at the moment. There is a new evoke creature coming out soon, which we will be exploring. There's a couple actually. But both I think it's both of the green modes in the new Lorwyn cycle look really good. So this is unplayable, right? It's dope but unplayable. I believe so. So Saga Treasure Cruise 2 questing druids. I don't think I can keep that at all. Plough, Soul Guide, Force of Will to protect it. Emerald, Volcanic, go back. That's really bad. Katara, Force of Will, go back. But if I get griefed, I lose. I need to protect my... I think it has to be Volcanic Emerald. They go back. So we can Soul Guide and Plough. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so opponent is on... How's our opponent on 7 cards? Oh, because they're going to 5. So we'll keep this and we'll send back Emerald Volcanic. Say done. Our opponent mulligans to 4. And then we'll see if they decide to go lower. Would be great if they did. Because I'm still not convinced about my 5-carder, you know? Katara might be a bit slow. Well, Katara's going to die to Force of Will anyway, isn't it? So we can cover a hollow one, so we don't have to force the first hollow one. But it seems to be in the tank. Maybe they're in the tank about bottoms rather than whether or not to keep, right? That's quite quick. No Wastelands scene. I know I only play 4, but... Okay, opponent puts 3 down, keeps 4. Has exiled some threats and some dredgers, but nothing major. They want to grief me, I want to force them. And then they play a Bazaar of Baghdad. Oh, and it looks like they're passing, which is really brutal, because that means they've got 2 Bazaars. That means they've got 2 Bazaars. Or maybe not, or maybe they just don't want to, they don't need to punt, do they? So let's just roll the lantern out, and if they misstep me, they misstep me. They do not misstep me. If they don't activate here, they've got 2 Bazaars, and we're sweating. They activate. They find Stinkweed Imp, Sickening Shoal, Force of Will. They slow dredge, hit 2 Bazaars. They're holding a Stinkweed Imp. So now they're really up against it, so that's not very good. We've got a plough for this first Icarid. Now we just need to kind of hit lands, right? That's our game plan from here. Preferably wastelands. So time walk. So we can eat this activation. Riftstone Portal. Just a Stinkweed Imp so far, nothing relevant. I wonder if they're going to eat. No, they're just going to slow dredge. Which I think I'm cool with for now. That was quite a large amount of stuff. We know they're holding that 1 Stinkweed Imp that they've found so far. We find a Mox Pearl, so we can just walk, because we know they can't respond. So I will do that now. And then they've got 2 Icarids. So they might not do anything, actually. They might just 6 me with Icarids. I'm going to cast a Tormod's Crypt. That seems good enough. And they concede the match. So we mulligan to hate. They mulligan to 4. I'm really curious about the Riftstone Portal. Maybe it's just anti-tab tech, which is also sick, right? But it's not the best anti-tabernacle tech in the world, because you only get 1, really. 1-0. 2-0. Okay, round 3, we're up against Universe. I would like to play first. I would like to reveal this Lurus of the Dream Den. Oh, what does this do? What does this do? It's going to cast a bunch of cards. Then I guess we end step a Questing Druid. And then maybe turn 2 have a Lurus and then 2 Considers. Something like that. And those 2 Considers can cast a Questing Druid. I don't know, this looks cool. Oh, they can pump Questing Druid, sorry. So what do I want to resolve? Let's go Black Lotus. Oh, all of it, really. Mox Emerald. Polluted Delta. And then pass the turn. And then I can fetch Volcanic and end step the Questing Druid, or I can Questing Druid in response to something scary, right? So I can just play those cards. It's not mana cost, so I can still get my Force of Wills. They've got a Sapphire. They've got a Jet. They've got a Lotus. Okay, so they've got a lot of mana too. And a Swamp? Just a basic Swamp? No Lurus? So they're just on that like Murktide style list then, that Sprouts was winning with the other week. So let's fetch up a Volcanic Island and cast Seek the Beast here. So I get a Consider, a Scalding Tarn. That's all cool and fun. So let's draw Force of Will, play Scalding Tarn, cast Consider, I guess. Ditch Volcanic, I'm not interested in that. Draw Ancestral. Do I want a Questing Druid in play? I can fetch Tundra. And then cast Questing Druid. And then if it gets pushed, am I fighting? I don't know about that. But now if they have a Bowmaster here, battle at the bridge, so it gets pushed. And I don't think we care about that. They cast a Consider as well, that's cool. Oh yeah, because they're trying to cast Murktide Regent. They've got 1 card left in hand. They've got 1 card sandbagged by the Spell Bomb. We can fight over a Lurus. They've got a Wasteland. And they go for the Tundra, which kind of dicks on my plow slightly. But they seem to be passing the turn. And I've got a Dress Down. I'm going to go for an Upkeep Ancestral Recall. That doesn't make sense, does it? Because I need to make a land drop. No, I'm going to go Upkeep. You can't stop me. You're not my dad. Maybe I'll go now then. 5 to 8. No, you can consider. It's fine. They pitch a Spell Pierce. We cast Ancestral Recall. Targeting ourselves. They've only got 2 cards in hand. They've got a spell bomb activation, which is going to draw them another card, so it's 3 in hand, and I just get my 3 cards, which is pretty tasty. They wasteland my volcanic island, which is less tasty than we previously thought. It all looks a bit tough. Maybe I'm supposed to be punting away these considers and stuff. Because I am missing a land drop here. So let's go Vexing Bauble, Wasteland. Or Mishra's Bauble, Wasteland, Vexing Bauble. And then that can sit in play, and if they waste me again, they waste me again. I think that's all cool. I probably do want a card now, don't I? So let's take a look at their top card. They've got an Undercity Sewers, which is not very good. Someone remind me when they put a scary spell on the stack that I have got a Vexing Bauble in play. So they play the Undercity. They ditch Force of Will. I might just dick off this Vexing Bauble now. So I would like to hit lands. Hit another Plow. Hit Time Walk, which I can't really cast. It would cost me a Lotus. I think I do want to cast Time Walk, because I'm just falling so far behind. Let's tap this Wasteland. And then let's consider. Yeah, I like that. And then I guess I consider again. Wait, I like that as well. I like so many of these cards. Soul Guide Lantern will eat Nihil Spellbomb, because that's one that's going to loop with Lurus. They've been through 2 Wastelands so far, so I think I just roll out the Saga. Do I want to grab myself a card, or just want to nuke them? I think I'll grab a card. Pyroblast. Or my mana is playing ball at the moment. I think you'll agree. So, I mean, I've got double Force of Will now. Let's go Strip Mine. Wasteland your Undercity. But I do want to make tokens, is the thing. And I do want to find myself like a Sapphire or something like that. Sapphire or a Pearl. So I don't need to fight the oh, they've got a Wasteland. That's upsetting. Okay, I'll make a token. And it comes back to me. I'm in line to miss a land drop here. Don't do it. Got them. So let's just strip their basic. They float a black. I wonder if that's at all relevant to our day. They don't push my token. I attack you. So it's interesting, right? Like if they play a Murktide or a Frog or something, I've got such good answers to them, but I also don't because my mana's awful. So maybe I'm supposed to just actually take up a fight with the Force of Wills here in response to something like that. I'm definitely shooting this fucking Treasure Cruise, I'll tell you that for sure. They've got 4 cards, one of them's a Treasure Cruise. I'm going to negate that pitching Force of Will. They've got 3 cards left over. Basic Island. Flooded Strand. Okay. I think that's nice. I don't think I want to commit just yet. Although I can commit, right? No, I can't commit really, can I? Because I might want a volcanic for pyroblast. I might want a tundra for something else. They fatal push my guy. I think that's acceptable. They've killed a tundra already, right? A tundra and a volcanic. Okay. So I've got one tundra left. I need a pearl to cast Lurus. I think we can just sit and draw cards for a while. Mox Ruby is fantastic because that allows me to buy Lurus and sandbag my land, which is likely going to be a tundra at this point. But I do need to find the Mox Pearl exactly, I think, at this point, right? Because Lotus has gone. And yeah, Lotus has gone. So I'll play a Mishra's Bauble. I'll check my deck and see what it is, I think. It's a Questing Druid, which I do like the look of. So they've got 6 mana. They don't have Lurus in this list, right? They've got Murktide Regent. They've been through 1 Fatal Push, 2 Fatal Pushes. They've got a Misty Rainforest. I'm going to go for the old end step. Beak the Beast. So Seek the Beast here. Red and 1. They look like they're going to fight this. Force of Negation. Is that worth the Force of Will to me? Is it worth me coming off my Tundra? I think so. I think I'm going to go for the Pyroblast here. Volcanic for Pyroblast. Counter target spell if it's blue. We're assuming that the Seek the Beast here will find us something good. And like they're using so many cards to this, I'm slightly more interested in investing cards here as well. So I think I'm going to force their Spell Pierce. If they've got 1 card left over there. And then I Seek the Beast. I find Questing Druid and dig through time. And a land. So I don't find a Questing Druid, I just find a land. So that land has to be Tundra. And if we get waste off Tundra, we get waste off Tundra. Let's cast a Questing Druid first. And now we'll cast Dig Through Time. And we can exile all of the lands here because they don't actually do anything. So Volcanic Island. This triggers this guy. No response. There's my Mox Pearl. Do I want my Mox Pearl? Do I need my Mox Pearl? I guess I do need my Mox Pearl. And then I'll take a Force. And then we'll go any order. That's probably wrong. But I don't think I'm interested in playing the Pearl and showing that I've got Lurus. Because they might then wasteland my Wasteland or wasteland my Saga. My Volcanic, right? So that's a Psychic Frog coming in. Which means we're going to play Katara and Pearl this turn. Cast Pearl. Cast Katara off of these 2. That pumps my Questing Druid, so it's bigger than my Psychic Frog. Bigger than their Psychic Frog, and they've only got 1 card in hand, so I'm killing this frog next turn anyway. In their upkeep. So, and I'm gonna go upkeep before shit can get weird and wrong. This triggers everyone. Everyone triggers, and the kids love it. Look at that. Ding, ding, ding. And then we've got like Snapcaster Ancestral on our turn. No, they just conceded. They are 2 dead to Katara. That was cool. I'm not very fast with these decks. My opponent's got like a massive time advantage. I think I want some Pyroblast, but not a billion of them. I don't think I need to up my graveyard count at all. Although I think their threats are just Psychic Frogs and Murktides. The negations aren't very good. Lavinia's probably some sort of lights out card for us, isn't it? And then what after that? Dress Down? I don't think I'm massively interested in. And then one of the Considers can probably go. Something like this. I think the Soul Guide is still interesting to me, if not incredible. And then we'll just submit this. So that went phenomenally well. One of those ones where I resolved an Ancestral and then beat them with cards. Their Wastelands were good, and our mana is a shaky mana base, so this is where Soul Guide looks pretty stupid. I will keep this hand though, because I've got really stable mana and a Soul Guide Lantern. So Underground Sea and pass. Mishra's Bauble. So let's go Sapphire. I could have fought back, but I don't think anyone cares. No, no. Scalding Tarn, Mishra's Bauble. And then Bauble myself. And I will keep Plough there, and I would probably just keep anything there anyway, because I don't want to expose myself to Wasteland that quickly. So maybe activating is bad, and maybe looking where I looked is bad, if that's the case. If I don't actually want to fetch, then maybe searching around is bad. Opponent considers their option, and they opt in. They find an Underground Sea. I'm not going to fetch, I'm just going to hang out. I'm going to continue to hang out. And the opponent has a Psychic Frog, which is fine. They're missing a land drop here. So we will pay a life to grab a Tundra. And we will plough your guy. And that just happens. So then we can untap and walk. Let's get a Volcanic out of the deck. Cast Time Walk. Resolve a Soul Guide, I guess. Eat Consider. And then untap. Take a draw. It's a polluted delta. So we can just strip you to keep you off mana, play a delta, and then see where we get to. So Seek the Beast on their end step. Maybe their upkeep was better actually. I'm going to get the Tropical Island and... oh no, I should get a Volcanic and Seek, right? Volcanic, because I've got Pyroblast up for it. So Seek. That just happened. Wasteland Questing Druid. I'm interested in a card here. Oh, I've exposed myself to an Ancestral here. Didn't seem to matter. I think it would have spoken up already anyway. Let's go. I don't want to cast Questing Druid. I think I waste you. Maybe I'm supposed to Seek here. Seek first then. 1, 2. This is just so many cards, you know. These ones I don't have for as long. Wasteland. Wasteland U. Cast a Lotus, crack it for white, cast 4 Therlingus for 2, and just bury them. If it gets forced, it gets forced. Nobody cares. You know, there we go. Force of Will pitching Murktide Reading. Not that nobody cares, but you know, my opponent's got no lands. Anything they play this turn, I can just deal with, and we can fetch a tropical this turn and start churning out kids. So, and I think I do want the druids in play rather than the lures in hand. Is that right? Maybe that's not right. Maybe fetching Tundra was horrendous. I think now that I've fetched, I've got to get Trop and just start casting creatures. Then we'll cast this. And then pass the turn to you. And we're in a large amount of control here. The opponent's just missing land drops day by day. Cast Questing Druid. Attack for 1. Line up the end step Questing Druid. And then the clock's going to be super fast as well at that point. Opponent passes again, and they're just completely wasted out of this game. Seek the Beast with Pyroblast behind. And then they concede the match. Very nice. Outground the Lurus matchup there, so that was cool. This is fun. On to the next round. Okay, final round on the draw against Sprouts, who has been pioneering that deck we just played against. So, I quite like my hand, to be honest with you. Because they're going to be on a slow, boring control deck as well. They do opt to play first, and they do mulligan to 6. I'm going to keep my 7. It's pretty cold, actually, against a quick frog. So maybe that's bad. Island, pass. Oh, baby, do I have the strip mine for you? Another land is a delight. So let's strip your head off. Oppo brainstorms. We've got no response to that. Cool island. Mirage has some of just like the best fucking basics, doesn't it? Like Mirage was when they were really just going off with card art. Right, your land's dead. Your brainstorm's good. 5 cards in hand. They'll draw up to 6, and I presume fetch. Fetch land. And then what do I want to do? Probably just hold up Consider. Questing Druid. Okay. So like Volcanic Consider, have the option to plow later. Opponent fetches with a Misty, with their Flooderstrand. Sorry, I've got the Misty. They've got the Flooderstrand. They fetch an Undercity, so I think they're going for a quick, well, they might not be going for a quick Murktide, but the Undercity does really help the Murktide, right? So, Null goes away. They don't want any of that. Undercity, Ponder. I think Ponder's fine. Because I really want the Spell Pierce to protect my Pyroblast or Plow. They've got another Misty, and then I'm going to fetch a Volcanic and consider my options. But I'm probably going to nuke their yard with my Scalding Soul Guide Lantern in a moment. Or do I want to hold up Seek the Beast. I'll take a Mox, because that means I can Seek the Beast and Soul Guide. So let's Mox Emerald. Place Golding Tarn. Place Soul Guide Lantern. And if they're heavy on Murktides, that could elicit a response, but it doesn't seem to. 4. Alright, we'll chill out for a second. We might just consider fetch. Something like that. They get a land. It's just an underground sea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they can just yeet off a Murktide here. So I guess I'm supposed to nuke their graveyard. Whilst I've got no answer to a Murktide, I feel like I'm supposed to play around the idea of a Murktide. They've got to consider, sure. Yeah, so I'm supposed to go like draw step or some shit, aren't I? Actually, if we think about it. Who wants to think though, you know? So this wasteland's annoying. But we'll let it go for a sec. They are going to waste. I'm going to float red. No response. And now I'm going to fetch another volcanic. Another volcanic. And I'm going to seek the beast. And they might spell pierce this. And I don't think that's a massive deal. It is a massive deal if we get wasted again. I don't draw a land off this draw step though. That is a massive deal. What do I want to do? Do I want to seek the beast? I think so. So I want to find a land. I don't know if I'm forcing back against just another spell pierce though. Gosh. Wow. I think I want to fight that. This might be horrendous. So that happens. Seek the beast. Gets negated. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand. I've got 2 cards in hand, but they've got no permanents in play. What did they exile? Another force of negation. Okay. A wasteland here is horrendous for us, but they can just play that. Oh, God. That hurts. I was going to say they can just play that Undercity. We are in a pickle. Here. They've got a Mox Jet come down. And an Underground Sea. And they have a Psychic Frog. So that's... So just holding Undercity. So they drew the Jet for the turn. And now I'm just in a complete world of hurt. And just going to get bodied, I think, here. The Psychic Frog is going to do a good number on us. I've got no plays. Let's just move along. I don't think I'm allowed to let Gush resolve. I think that's too many cards. But then now there's a frog in play and I've got no lands in play. I think we're good. Are we good? I'm not getting anywhere, am I? And I'm really slow, so I have to play 2 more games of this shit. And they're drawing 2 cards a turn, and we're not producing anything a turn that's relevant to anyone ever. My next land is a petal. Sure, you've got a null rod, buddy. That's fine. And they walk. Okay. That's all pretty poor for the home team. They are now discarding lands to deal more damage. They've got 2 cards in hand. I'm yet to produce a mana. No, I think we're good here. Okay, time for the next game. That was pretty savage, but we've got a lot of blasts in our sideboard. And a Lavinia. I can get rid of 2 negations again, I think. And what did I do last time? Like, 1 consider. One something else. Katara, snap, plow, misstep, brainstorm, consider. One dress down, 1 consider, 1 force of will, maybe? I think force of will is fine. Because it's unlikely that I'm going to be protecting threats, right? I've got so many. I think shaving on forces. I don't know how aggressively you're allowed to shave on forces in this format. So we're on the play this time around. We've got a Lurus. I'm pretty into this. Am I ever... Why is the stack over there? Am I ever bothered about what I'm drawing? No, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to target you because I'm so happy with my mana as it is. You've got an Undercity, that's fine. I get a card. It's a Git Probe. Polluted Delta. Fetches immediately. Underground Sea. Grafdigger's Cage. Sure, homie, you got it. Does that do anything? What does Grafdigger's Cage do? It shuts off my Lurus. I didn't know that would be, like, worth it, though. So let's probe you. Dazed, Misstep, Force of Will. Undercity, Undercity, Wasteland. So play a Wasteland and Wasteland you. They've got so many lands though. So I guess I can seek the beast in their end step and eat the days. It's an Undercity Sewers. Force of Will goes to the bin. Do I even want to eat the days? Is that even what I'm interested in doing? And then getting wasted and getting into a wasteland battle? I don't think so. But if I Ancestral and I don't have Spell Pierce up, I think I'm going to seek and eat their days. I hate where the stack is. Why is it over there? Who put it there? Horrendous behavior. Seek the beast. You daze me. Picking up the Undercity, which is interesting as well. Now you've got Misstep, Force of Will. So I can Wasteland you. Play a Delta. And then my Spell Pierce should hold. Is that right? No, there's a card we don't know about. But if I lose this fight anyway, I get to Treasure Cruise on my turn. So let's just get another Volcanic so that their Wasteland's worse. Ancestral ourself and Pierce. whatever they play. It'll be the misstep. Pierce that. You've got no. If you've drawn a blue card last turn, then you drew a blue card last turn, and nobody cares. Not nobody cares, but you know. There we go. So that's better. Now one of my volcanics gets wasted, and I can start playing other lands and a treasure cruise sort of thing. Let's go Pearl, Scolding Khan, Treasure Cruise. I don't think I'm ever casting anything out my graveyard with Lurus, with this cage in play. I don't think I can get rid of this. I think it's just in play. I will fight back because I'm pretty sure your hand's dreadful. And I just get 3 cards for the privilege. I've got 1 volcanic left. So I can upkeep Seek the Beast here. Or I could just wait and not Seek the Beast. This turn. Because I can wasteland their Undercity this turn. And Seek the Beast on their end step next time, on their next upkeep. And that means I don't have to fetch my last volcanic. It means I can just hold that as a tropical island, although I've just drawn a tropical island. So let's wasteland you. And I'm going to upkeep Seek, because I don't think you've got much going on. Pyroblast and Swords to Plowshares, fine. Wasteland is fine. No response. We can just play Tropical Island. Play Questing Druid. And then now we're sort of cruising. They've got 3 cards in hand. None of them fight the Questing Druid, and I had the Pyroblast behind anyway. My cards go to exile. But I've got Plow, Consider, Force of Will. And I probably will consider at some point in the future. I think they've got a second Undercity in hand. They've got another Wasteland in hand. That's funny. All right, so my this is my Questing Druid. You know, this is the one that we've got. I'm going to fetch my Volcanic. Put counter on this guy. I don't need that. I do like that one. And I think I'll just fourth for 2 here. Fourth for 1, sorry. And then currently 1, yeah, it is currently 1. And now I've got another counter, a Knight, a Force of Will, a card every turn. And you've got a Grafdigger's Cage and 3 cards. So I'm the king. And I've got another Questing Druid, which can only seek, it cannot find. An opponent has a Mox Jet. I think we still let that go. I just don't think that matters. Misty, Mox Jet. Misty we knew about, so they've got 1 card here, and then I'm pretty sure the other card is just an Undercity. So we saw 2 off of our probe earlier. It's an Underground Sea. And they've got a Null Rod. Sure, you've got a Null Rod. I can't imagine that's going to be relevant. Snapcaster Mage will be nice at some point in the future. Maybe to pitch to Force of Will. I don't actually need to take game actions, right? So I don't need to play Katara. I can just hang out, take some cards like this. Lavinia, sure. Then they'll play Undercity Sewers and die, I guess. Yeah, fine. That was cool. I've only won games in which I've cast Ancestral Recall. Maybe there's something with that card that's good. I'm not sure. Is the Soul Guide Lantern good, or am I just like flush for answers at this point? I don't need it. Maybe the Force of Will's better because then I can't die to a turn 1 frog quite so easily because I've got 4 forces, 4 plows, 4 pyroblasts. Maybe Soul Guide's better than a bauble though, and I should have 4 forces anyway because we're playing vintage. I don't know. You tell me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring the force back in exchange for a Mishra's bauble and keep my Soul Guide so I can check their graveyard. I've got Allurus. I've not got any playable cards, so this will be a mulligan. I mean, that was both a micro analysis of our hand and a macro analysis of our deck, I think. So it's mulligan. That's a tough one. I used to draw 1 land, but my opponent's playing null rods. But I don't really want to go to 5. I think I'm just going to drop Brainstorm and keep this. Or should I drop Walk and keep Brainstorm? I think I've got to keep this. And I'm going to drop Walk. And we're going to hang on by the hairs on our chinny chin chin here. Island, Ponder. I guess Ponder's fine. No point in fighting that when my plan is for the game to go on. I don't want to weaken myself. I didn't play any Lorians in this deck, which I realised at some point whilst I was waiting for round 1 to tick over. Which I think is incorrect. I definitely think you want Lorians. Land, please. Ancestral Recall. Okay. Pearl. Ruby. And you'll go. So they're going to think I've got Lorien. I don't actually have Lorien. I just have a dream and a prayer. Island. Wasteland. Nothing for you. Get Erect Sun. But they've got a lot of permission in their deck. There's a volcanic island. And we will just fire off the Ancestral when they fire off the Wasteland. And I believe this is a fight I want to get into. Oh, the 1 card answer is so tough though. Force of Will pitching Spell Pierce, Force of Will pitching Brainstorm, I think. Oh, it gets through. I mean, my mana's still shit, but it does get through. Okay. And they're missing land drops now as well. So they had Wasteland Island cards. But what cards do you have if you haven't got good things to do? So we can end step consider here unless they play a Wasteland. They cycle a Lorien to find something. It's going to be an Underground Sea, obviously. And then we're going to fetch consider. What do we fetch for, though? I guess we just fetch a volcanic, right? Because I've already got Pearl rolled up. Or do I fetch Tundra because I can play Lurus? I think I want volcanic. I think Lurus is a future problem. Consider. Force of Will I'm not interested in. I'm interested in lands. Vexing Bauble. Consider. I think I'll play Vexing Bauble because I've got Spell Pierce, Pyroblast open. So I can fight a Frog or a Murktide here. Vampiric Tutor. I'm going to Spell Pierce that. This is a horrifying turn for them to play a null rod, actually. Didn't. We find Katara. I'm going to play Katara. And I will Pyroblast into Katara if I have to. But I guess they're just holding pushes, right? That would make sense. I guess null rod is a huge problem for this hand and the way this game's played out. Long goodbye, sure. Good night. And goodbye, I guess, yeah. Opponent's on 5 cards, we're on 4 cards, but I've got the bauble, which is a 5th card of my own. Two mana. And we can just Pyroblast this. This is a Murktide region. We can just Pyroblast this and they can't fight back because of bauble. Or if it's a treasure cruise as well, right? A dig through time, sure. Counter target spell if it's blue. That one, please. I choose that card. And now I get to one day resolve my own dig through time. They've got a polluted delta. So my dig beats spell pierce if I draw a land here. And I don't. Don't want to consider for a land. Don't want to just buy Luris. They've still got 3 cards. I think I want to let them do stuff. I think I want to work out what they're doing first before I start considering. They'll get an Undercity. They've got 3 cards in hand. What was that dig through time we counted, wasn't it? Yeah. So they get Undercity. And they pitch an Underground Sea. 4 cards after the draw step. Strip mine is fucking horrendous. So we'll consider Wasteland. I can't imagine Wasteland's doing anything for me, is it? Finds Tundra. I'd like to draw a fetch land here. I draw a Plow. I'm going to buy Luris. That's actually tapped me out of my bauble though, hasn't it? So they've got a moment here to kind of go hammy. Consider Wasteland on my Tundra. Nothing else. These delve cards are so annoying, aren't they? Volcanic Island. Well, I'm going to keep playing lands. We've been through Wasteland, Wasteland, Strip Mine. I don't think... Oh, this is my final Volcanic. That's interesting. But I have got the Ruby. I don't think this Vexing Bulb was doing anything, so I think I'm going to throw that away in exchange for the idea of a land. Let's cast the Emerald. Cast a Soul Guide. I've got Plow and Pyroblast and Spell Pierce up here. Spell Pierce isn't so relevant, but I'm going to eat your Consider. I'm actually more interested in drawing a card off this Soul Guide, so we'll leave it in play for a moment, because that might force them into a hasty Murktide before they can protect it too well. It does not. We're just going to draw a card off of our Pearl, I guess. No, we should go for our Ruby. So let's draw a card. Got another Plow. Force of Will, so that's 7 cards. So we're fine for a moment. We can start taking fights against Norods and stuff. This is my final volcanic island, which I'm a bit scared about. They've got 5 cards in hand. Another Pyroblast. Let's just go to end step and discard a plow, I guess. Unless they want to do something. They won't do something. They want me to discard the hand size. I'm going to discard a plowshares. Lotus is in. I need to get mana under me before they find a Norod and force a fight over Norod. Katara, interesting. Blue and green, please. Katara's in. Don't know how long for, but she's in for now. They fetch. They get Mystic Sanctuary for dig through time. Okay. And then they untap. If they pick a fight here, this is going to be interesting. 1, 2, 3. So I guess I cast this. They've got 5 cards in hand. My guy's going to get experience counters out the wazoo here. They've got Spell Pierce, which I can't fight back on. But then I can force you. On your dig. They've got 4 cards in hand. They might, maybe it's supposed to be Force of Will. No, because I still lose this battle, right? They've got Flusterstorm for the world. Okay. So then they get to resolve a dig through time with blue floating. Let's hope they don't find Time Walk, because Time Walk could blow this game open. I won't pay the 1, but thank you for offering. Did they just let the Force of Will hit the dig through time? Yeah, they did, so the dig doesn't resolve. They just fucked up their Flusterstorm because I've targeted dig, not Spell Pierce, and they just put all of the Fluster copies onto my Pyroblast, I think, rather than onto their dig through time, rather than onto the Force of Will on dig. So, major misstep from our opponent there. And now I've got 2 experience counters and a Katara. And that might be enough to bury them in cards. Resolve Allurus and this sort of stuff. And if I do untap, then I've got Pyroblast open. Because that, yeah, they concede the match. Unfortunate stack for our opponent there. They just misread the stack, right? In paper, that doesn't happen because I would have to declare dig through time. So it's one of those paper ones, one of those Modo ones, but you know, read where the cards are going, I guess, but unfortunate when it happens. So we go 4-0, 3-0 with our absolute pile here, which is quite cool. So yeah, there's all of our play points and shit. 4-0 with this pile, other than we had that random errant Ravenous trap, right? So let's actually make our deck correct again. Ravenous to find that trap I am. But that was fun. It's a shame that that last game happened the way it did, because I was actually enjoying that game. It was actually quite a gritty control match, right? That dig through time's getting through and it's a bit scary, but the way it pans out, I am about to absolutely nail them with Katara for the rest of the game. Yeah, I don't think we can put too much stock into that event, right? Like, my opponent made a misclick in the final game, which gave us the W, which happens, you know, I'm not saying, but like, if we want to line things up as paper perfect sort of thing and perfect play. That game had a lot of play left to it. Um, if that dig resolves and they've got 2 floating mana, maybe they can find walk and removal spell, walk and null rod, right, and then I'm dead. Um, so unfortunate for them, but great for us. And then round 1 we didn't play. Game 2 we played against Dredge and got lucky. Well, not lucky. Like we had them slow dredging because they're struggling because we've got Soul Guide in play, and they've taken a low mulligan. But I do just walk into a Tormod's Crypt, which is lights out, right? Like if I miss Tormod's Crypt there, and Magic tournaments have to go this way, so I don't know why I'm being too negative about it. But and then game 3, I felt like we actually played well and won, so not too much to play about or complain about. Very happy. Deck was fun as well. I enjoyed playing it. Can't imagine I'll be tweaking it much further than this. Just one time out for Katara. Um, I enjoyed it. So anyway, thanks for watching. That was fun. More vintage coming in the future. Take care.